A very good evening and a very, very warm welcome. Welcome to everyone present here. Well, it's always a pleasure and a joy to see you all here, and that too in such hot summer. If you can come and join us, well, I think it is our pleasure to meet you here. My name is Meenakshi Oberoi, and I'm the CEO and founder of Pedagogics. And I'm very happy to have Ms. Duita Parmar here with me. She's my colleague, and I'll let her say hello to you before I move onwards. Thank you.
Thank you so much. A very good afternoon, sorry, evening to all of you. Glad to see everyone over here on a hot summer day, but trust us, the day is not going to end as hot. It will definitely when we deep dive into how do we use the so-called AI in and engage ourselves into it. Plus, definitely, I would love to share a gentle reminder for our summer summit as well, which is just around the corner. So, if you have still not been able to register for the same, I'm going to share the link and everything details in the chat window. Do feel free to have a look at it and do join us for a 3 day marathon race for Somerset. Thank you so much, Meenakshi ma'am, for sharing the same details on the screen as well. So, do have a look. Something is definitely there which is going to excite you all and take it back to your classrooms, not only as a personal add-on to your own skills, but which can be transferred, which can be shared with our students as well. Looking forward to see you on the 3 days. Thank you.
Thank you, Duhita. Love, getting all these messages in the chat window. And, most of us are so used to coming to this room and started to introduce yourself. That is absolutely amazing. And yes, before we get into the run of the things, I know some of you are still joining, so I'm just taking it a little slow. I just got a message as well that please do wait for us. Of course, we're here and we're waiting for you. So I'll just take about a minute to talk about what Duita just mentioned. It is about Summer Summit. Summer Summit is scheduled from 13th of June to 15th of June, which means the coming Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. These are 3 hour sessions, and each day we have a different focus. Just to reiterate, this is not about just knowing what the tools are. I think you've been a part of our program for long to know this is just not about knowing about AI tools. It is about the purpose for which we are going to use these tools. And that's what our focus is. So, the first day, we will begin with AI foundations, where we are going to start absolutely smart by building your AI toolkit. That's most important for you. What's in my toolkit is what you must know. Once you know about that, then the next day we proceed to AI in action. Yes, it is absolutely AI powered instructional day. OCED and TGI have just released a new framework for instructions using AI. So it's an AI framework. We're going to dwell deeper into that on day two, and I just can't wait to unpack that with you. And we also have other experts. Ms. Duita will be there, Ms. Meenakshi Alawat, Ms. Jyoti Chava. All of us will be together with you during these sessions and more people. So I'm just taking it slow. I don't want to give away everything in one go. And also, the third day is going to be the most charged up day where we will think with AI. We're going to look at the skills that our students will require and our teachers need to be equipped with into future classrooms. We're going to deep dive to see how can we go multimodal in our classrooms, and we understand that your students do not, most of the schools where students do not have devices but teachers have access to technology, how can we make these classrooms future classrooms? So that's the AI fluency day. So this is what our 3 day packed 3 day look like. So look forward to your participation, and yes, we will share the links again and again in the chat window, and I'll also share the brochure which which you're looking at on your screen. So As we move onwards, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask us in the chat window. Yeah. So here we are. Today's session is on enhance engagement and achievement with AI. And I think this is one of the purposes that is what I'm talking about. So, what we're going to explore is how to create an environment where students are engaged, immersed in learning, and are able to achieve more. Well, is that possible using AI? That's what we are unpacking today. Please do note, as always, I inform you that today's session is aligned with the CBP, that is Capacity Building Program of CBSC, on the domain of professional knowledge and awareness. Under that, use of AI in classroom is what we are talking about. And both Duhita and myself and Meenakshi Lavit ma'am, all three of us are CBSC certified resource persons. So we speak to you in the capacity of, being from the Pedagogics. However, we are certified by both CBSC and Microsoft. Magic School AI and quizzes to be able to host these sessions and many more. I can't list all, but then all the tools that you hear about, you will see that for most of these tools, we are certified trainers so that we are able to deliver to the best of the quality, right? Okay, so I think the things got a little preachy. So I did not ask you how you are. So, how are you? Well, let's introduce ourselves. Please share with us your name, your school and city, and answer a very simple question. How will you use these jars to inspire curiosity? If you had three jars, one was filled with earbuds, other one was filled with sticks, and the third one was filled with cotton balls. How are you going to use these to inspire curiosity? Go ahead and share with us in the chat window how are you going to inspire your students if you had three jars full of these resources. Yes, it's always about, um, I didn't have that resource to be able to teach. I did not have that thing to be able to, make most of it. But here it is, asking you a very simple and plain question that if you had these three jars, how will you inspire your students, right? Uh, if you have three jars filled, I think, okay, you're still typing. Please go ahead. Do it as you get the responses. Let's know. But the question is if you had three jars filled with earbuds, cotton balls, and sticks, let's just call them sticks, how will you inspire your students? Okay. Give me some great ideas to inspire your students. Now, these are physical resources with you. What are you going to do about it? Is what I want to know. These are random pieces that I've just picked up just to bring in engagement and achievement. Go ahead. Any responses?
I think we are still thinking and yet to share any.
Let me try and give you a few clues. And then probably you will be able to think in that direction. Um, I want teaching ideas, okay? And what I'm looking for is if you can give me some teaching ideas to teach with these jars. Look, I'm looking at earbuds. Probably it could be about health and hygiene. I'm looking at sticks. I could be looking inside the mouth with the stick. Maybe I'm teaching my students body parts. I see cotton balls. I think I'm going to make some artwork with it. Yes, I think I got you going there. Um, Lalita ma'am says science and art and craft. Fantastic. Okay, keep them coming. And if I were you, I could also do sorting and categorization here. Or probably, think about the materials, think about size, think about texture. Probably bring in the five senses to actually Take a look at these pieces. Oh, letter formation. I love it. Shapes and maths. Very good. Could be to occupy space. Exactly. Keep it coming. Come on. You're thinking really well. You said art and craft. Yes, probably make some abstract pieces out of these abstract, materials. Um, oh, also, I could check on absorption capabilities. Um, I could teach, so I'm going towards higher grades. I'm trying to see what kind of experiments I can do. I could even do the tallest tower or the bridge challenge that I do. I could even do abstract patterns, which could be a blend of math and art. We could be doing many, many things, or simply just making a magic wand. Fantastic. So we have so many, yes, fractions. Exactly. You see what happened over here? We ignited thinking. We were not restricted by, if I were to teach counting, I would take these. If I were to teach shapes, I would take this. I would take it to any subject. So we were not thinking of any subject, any topic. We were trying to focus on the material that has been provided and the versatile ways in which these materials can be used and how we can go across, the board with just three filled jars and we can spark engagement. Now, what this engagement will result into, and I can confidently say, is improved achievement. So, before we dwell into using AI for this, I want to make it very clear that engagement and AI are very closely linked. And when we speak about these two things, I think what is most important is many a times I've seen that, when we have, let's say I have these three jars kept in the class, and I don't know what to do with it, we think they are a distraction. They're not a distraction if you can make it a prop. So, to even turn a fly on the wall into a prop is what is engaging, is your first step towards engagement. But if I were to just ask you, okay, what are you going to do about it? Then probably you would take longer time, but you will respond. Did you see there was initially a silence there, and then slowly everybody started pouring ideas, and I still have my window, you know, being filled with ideas, and that's the whole purpose. I got you engaged. You're in a virtual session. You could be just listening and going away, but we make a conscious effort here to engage you. What this will do is this will lead to achievement in the sense that tomorrow, when you go back to your classrooms, possibly you will try and do something, whether you're using technology or not. There is an idea, there's a pedagogy that we have planted with you, which you might want to take ahead and explore. So that's the whole idea about these sessions and why we want to meet you here, and what is it that we are trying to achieve. So if you say it is impossible to reach 100% engagement level, no. Challenging? Yes. When it is a challenge, I think we need to think judiciously. We need to think of various ways of engaging rather than looking at, okay, which AI tool should I use? No, I want to identify the purpose. My purpose right now is to increase engagement. To increase engagement, one of the major pillars of engagement is to involve you. So, interaction is most important. Two-way communication or multi-modal communication is extremely important. That's what we must focus on. That is what we are going to carry forward even while we are going to choose our tools. So, artificial intelligence plus actual intelligence will be equal to increased student engagement. Uh, Whenever we talk about increased student engagement, people immediately think of, oh, my results will improve. No, your students' awareness, your students' engagement, your students' involvement, your students' interest will increase. Eventually, that will lead to better achievement because they will be curious to learn more. So that's the whole purpose. And I really want to clarify here, it really isn't about looking at fancy tools and fancy features. No, it is about learning from where I am, and I want to take it to the next level so that I'm able to use these tools in a way that they lead to a more engaged audience. Yeah. So, with engagement and achievement, we have three major pieces today that we are dealing with. Like I said, interactive and engaging experiences is what we are going to think of creating. Experiences. That's the major word here. Yeah. So, there could be many things with interaction that you could be doing. We could look at, we know the strengths and weaknesses of our students, right? We could actually address specific needs instead of just looking at strengths and weaknesses. We can look at specific needs. For example, some students like to learn on their own. Some students like to read to learn. Some students like pictures. Some students prefer videos. Some prefer, uh, some other format. So they're animations probably. So we need to take a look at how can we increase interactivity and engagement as an experience for students. When you go to watch, let's say you're watching, it's a very prevalent thing these days, and you will read about it many a times, that the attention span, not just students, the attention span of adults as well has gone down like anything. So while you're watching probably a movie on Netflix, you're also browsing through various social media on your mobile phone. You're not just engaged, you are immersed in two platforms parallelly. So imagine we are living in that sort of a world where, sorry, engagement is a crucial piece, and interactive and engaging experience is what counts a lot. Success of a movie on Netflix depends if they are able to give you a different experience. A comedy is just not a comedy. Is it the comedy experience that you're looking for? Some people like stand up comedies, some like movies, some like series. So it really depends on the kind of experience you're looking for. Why I'm giving these examples is because we can very easily bring it to our classrooms. Within our classrooms, what are the different experiences that you try and give to your students? Go ahead and tell me about it in the chat window, the intentional experiences that you create in your classroom to increase engagement. So let's see what is it that you have, because it's just not about me telling it all, or we talking about it. It is first I want to see what is it that you want to bring into your class, and what is a kind of experiences that you would like to bring. Keep them coming in the chat window. I'll keep talking. With intentional experiences, what I'm looking at is some thoughtfully designed learning experiences or activities. I don't like calling it activities, I like calling it tasks, where, purposefully, meaningfully, you have aligned to your goals. Let's say that, today you want to teach something in probably, you want to teach something very simple. Let me go back to those jars. Today you want to teach something very simple to them. You want to teach them basic hygiene, and if you teach them directly and you tell them, it doesn't happen. But if you give it to them, let's say, I take out some earbuds, I take out some cotton balls, and I take out some stick, and I ask my students, I want you to spread the message about hygiene. How are you going to use it? Now, what you're doing it is a Socratic seminar. You're doing a structured discussion, which means you're promoting critical thinking. You are promoting a respectful dialogue because they are going to have a dialogue amongst themselves, and also you're teaching them service learning, which means that you're going to tell others about it. So what students are doing is they are engaging in multiple experiences. Anuja ma'am said role play. Excellent. We need to define and redefine this role play. Role play could actually go deeper into, probably, you could have some um, probably role models to be role played. You could have that, here's a child with probably poor oral hygiene. How are you going to help this child with these? So we need to go a step further to see how this can happen, right? Tracking students' progress. Exactly. I mean, it just shouldn't stop at telling them the experiences, has it resulted into anything? Has it been able to help? So that's the first pillar, that experience, if they have not experienced it, like, if we have multiple projects running in various schools where we ask our students to teach students of schools which are which are not that privileged. So those underprivileged school students is whom you're supposed to teach, right? Teach them reading. Now, when you're about to help them to read, what they will do is they will recall their own experience. How did I start reading when I was struggling? So that experience is what they will recall. That's why I'm saying there are beautiful experiences coming in my chat window. Do read them. Yes, use technology strategically towards that, right? Now, another way could be adaptive learning, which means that, you adjust the content and difficulty according to the student's level and challenge them without overwhelming them. That is adaptive. So the crux here is there should be enough challenge level for the students, but they should not get overwhelmed. Because the student can't read at the class level doesn't mean that I'm going to straight away say, okay, you're in grade 3 but you can't read at I mean, not say or think. I know we think, we don't say it, but then we think like that. You can't read at grade 3 level, I'll give you a grade 2 level, otherwise I'll try a grade 1 level, right? But the challenge element, if it goes missing, it becomes too easy, and then the child feels, but I was able to read this one. I mean, give me something better than this. So adapt to a level where it is a challenge, but it is still not overwhelming. Yeah. The third piece is hyper personalized. Personalized learning is the most I think misused term. So I've just twisted a little bit here by calling it hyper personalized learning. So, hyper personalized learning, what is it? If I ask you about hyper personalized learning, you probably, would have heard personalized learning, which means targeted towards, a specific need. Here, hyper personalized learning is a more advanced approach to that. This uses real time data, AI, and adaptive technologies to bring together that learning experience. What does it do? It'll address the unique need, it'll address the preferences, it'll address the pace, and also be able to achieve the goal that you've set for that student. So, whether it is a struggling student or it is an advanced level student, needs of both are addressed using the hyper personalized content supported by AI. Oh, I'm getting some awesome responses here. So I have Deepika ma'am saying use technology strategically. Manju ma'am says write 5 healthy habits which you are following in your daily routine. Exactly. Take it from your own example. Shiva, and you'll have a pool of good habits. Then find out what are the unique ones, what are the common ones, and then focus on those unique ones to promote that. That is where we are looking at taking it, making it an engaging experience. So you say, you get heard, and then others will listen to you and take a pool of multiple new habits to adapt. Thank you for that. Shivali ma'am says engaging experiential group projects. Group dynamics are very important here. I agree with you. Group dynamics where hyper personalized content is there and we allow adaptive learning. Those are the two major pieces. Himani ma'am says creating games or quizzes for other groups. Love this one. I'm going to show you what I have for gamification. I love games and quizzes. So I'm going to show you that. Sarita ma'am says, good evening, ma'am. Deepika ma'am says that presenting a real world problem. I would say for everything that you talk about, if we do not talk the real world context, I think we are missing out the basic element of engagement. Engagement is connect to me, connect with me so that I understand what I'm doing, right? Fantastic. So here are some of the things that we're going to talk about today. I'm looking at, introducing learning accelerators. You already know what learning accelerators are. We've done a detailed session on learning accelerators, but just to summarize for you. So these are some of the AI based, tools in education, and these are education focused tools, which have the ability to create personalized learning experiences. What it does is they analyze the student data. They give you identify individual learning styles, strengths, weaknesses, preferences, choices, and they allow the teacher to tailor the instruction according to that so that you're able to meet the needs of the student. So, as a result, this is a hyper personalized approach that you are taking to improve student engagement and understanding. Again, I'm not saying achievement, I'm saying understanding. This leads to better academic outcomes, which means better achievement, right? These are some of the tools which are foundational tools. For reading, you have Reading Coach and Reading Progress. You're very familiar with it. I'll talk about it in a minute. Then you have Math Progress and Math Coach for math teachers. We have Microsoft Reflect, which keeps telling me feelings of my students. How are they feeling about the content that is being presented? Speaker Coach helps me become a better and a confident speaker. Search Coach helps me with the research, and make me an informed searcher. And Education Insights is what help you draft these experiences, these adaptive learning approaches, and hyper personalized approaches. Also, what we're going to talk about is immersive reader in Teams, very good for adaptive approach. And we're going to talk about, well, my best friend, Copilot. How can you take a prompt and help you design these experiences that we are talking about? What's a good prompt? And then there's Magic School. How can I give it in the hands of students and still be safe about it? And of course, quizzes. So these are some of the tools that we are going to use. But I have taken a lot of time to be able to emphasize on the pedagogy. We are now going to go ahead and explore the AI and understand how this is going to help. Once again, I'm not going to go into deep details of this, but please do understand that learning accelerators are available to you, and I'll show you that. That is my job. I'll show you. I'm going to share my screen once again, and I want to show you where are these learning accelerators in your Microsoft Teams. So Microsoft Teams is what you have available to yourself. Okay. This would have come up by now on your screen. Okay. Now you can see I'm in Teams right now. Here is Teams. And within Teams, I'm in a class team. How do I know this is a class team? When you go over here, these are some of the teams that we have created, and the category of class teams is available here. All these are class teams. Then I have simple teams as well, and there are certain hidden teams. So when I click on class team, you will see one of my classes grade 4, and I have this as a class team available. Again, this is available to everybody by default. These are available to everybody by default. Within this, you assign students assignments. You give students assignments, right? When you give assignments over here, when you click on create, learning accelerators are available here. All the 4 learning accelerators are available. Number 1 here. Number 2, let's say you want to give today reading progress and you also want to give speaker progress. What you can do is create a new assignment here. And when you create and this box pops up, you will see over here that the learning accelerators are available here as well. So within one assignment, let's say, you are a math teacher, you're sending out today something about negative numbers, and you want to send out a write-up also. What you can do is you can load your reading passage here in reading progress. You're accommodating your students by increasing engagement because there's a child who likes to read before they can solve the problems. I wish somebody could explain it to me. So you can use reading progress for that. Give them a passage, let them read. They'll practice reading as well as they will also have an opportunity here to know more about negative numbers. Or you could even attach any of the documents here. So you are making it multimodal for student. Probably you could make a video about it. You could give them a story piece. You could also give them, just about probably whatever's given in the textbook, just copy and paste over here so that they understand. And there are other apps also to help. So with this assignment, you can have an opportunity to engage student in various ways. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to go back into my presentation. If you have any questions, please do ask. I see something that has come in the chat window. Okay. I have a comment from Nidhi ma'am. She says involve all the learners, definitely. And Paner ma'am says that find students multiple intelligences and teach that way. I love it. Finding those intelligences is is a great opportunity. But what's a greater opportunity is addressing those multiple intelligences to be able to offer. So, what I was talking about right now was exactly this. So, if you know there's a linguistic learner, sorry, there's a spatial learner, there's a there are different types of learners, and we know according to mi we do have different types of learners. How do we address the needs of these learners is what we are talking about right now. Which tools can do so? Now, what is the role of ai in all of this, right? I'm going to talk about that now. While I talk about that, while you're talking about linguistic learners, reading progress is one of the best tools to introduce. If you're talking about logistic or logical learners, there is Math Coach. If you're talking about musical, you can always attach a kind of a song or something. Uh, there are students who might want, some kind of a naturalist. So you could also give them a kind of a piece which is related to a naturalist interest. But how are we going to bind all of this together? How will I know how are students learning and how is it going to help me? Well, the best part is giving an assignment in Teams. There is AI built across, and this provides students real time practice, as in, as they are speaking, they're going to practice. System is going to capture the way they read or the way they work, let's say in maths, and there will be real time feedback. Let's say you want a student to, be better at the way they present. Speaker coach or speaker progress is one of the tools that can help you. Now, as they practice with it, it'll give you real time coaching, telling you how fast you are talking, how if you're having too many fillers, um, like I'm using a lot, or if somebody else is today. We had a meeting and I always switch on my speaker coach. So one of our participants was talking and I did not realize, and speaker coach immediately told me, "Hey, pause because there is someone in the audience who just spoke. So pause to listen." So, that's a skill that I did not have at that time. I did not realize, but this will accommodate. Now, over time, all of this data is being captured, and insights is what helps you see what has been captured. Yeah, that is going to help you get insights into, okay, what is the nature of requirement or need that this child has? What is the kind of opportunity to learn, practice, or a target coaching what is required at in which area? This sort of an environment which is so inclusive by approach is going to lead to improvement, and that is where lies your achievement. Do note that these tools are available for various purposes within your M365 that you use. Outside of this as well, Microsoft makes accommodation. Like right now, summer vacations are going on. And we all understand that, for academic success, reading is foundational. Therefore, fluent readers are 4 times more likely to graduate with higher grades or higher marks than others. So, why not give students an opportunity? Both educators and parents can look at ways of improving reading fluency. And parents always ask her, can you tell us how can we help our students be better at reading? They don't read books, they don't read lengthy material because they don't have the patience. So with this AI technology, where you can go to coach.microsoft.com, you can actually introduce this to parents as well. It's a very safe platform, and it provides learners with a very personalized reading practice. Gives you an instant feedback as you are talking to the system. It'll tell you about your pronunciation, it'll tell you about your fluency, and it'll give you many more insights. It's a very unique approach for implementing generative AI with guardrails because it is safe and secure because Microsoft has designed it with all the security guardrails. And here the learners can, which means the student can actually select the protagonist, the setting, the provide the choices to alter the plot. They love twisting the stories, right? And you can combine all of that. Now, with all of this, what am I doing? I'm trying to give my students an experience where I'm engaging them in learning. My purpose is that they should be reading very fluently. At the end of the day, I'm achieving that purpose via reading passage, where I'm using generative AI to allow them to choose who the character is, what is the setting, what is the plot. I'm teaching them that these are the story elements, right? And then they read the story, and as they read the story, if they mispronounce, it'll dynamically, capture that the student has not pronounced it correctly. So it'll offer you to practice those words with the system. So it keeps my student engaged and keeps my student in the driver's seat, which they love. And students, have the power to pick the path of a story while they progress through these different stories that they are going to read. So the story content is moderated for quality, safety, and age appropriateness. So you can stay rest assured that creating stories using this AI powered tool, you are not only in safe hands, but also, there are leveled passages that are curated from ReadWorks library that are available for students. So you have both the choices, and you can actually sit down to build a beautiful program for your students. And I sincerely hope you do introduce this to your students. And if you have any questions, we are here. Um, I'm going to take you to the basics. Because I'm talking pedagogy, I might talk a little basic, but I want to. Why? Because today my intentions are changing, my purpose is changing. I'm trying to ask you if you have used classwork in Teams. And if you haven't, it's about time you do. Microsoft Teams for Education has classwork built within, and this is available to everyone who has Microsoft Teams for Education. What can we do? Well, these all these tools that are available to you, they will very quickly and easily help you generate content. It'll help you stay keep everything in one place and also have control of what are you going to give to whom. So the educators are in control, the students are in the engaging mode or engagement mode, and you get to personalize their learning by just a few clicks. That is by choosing the correct age, language, topic, or increase or decrease the complexity level. And with students, they get the availability of going to a path which is not just what's given in a textbook, but beyond. So what classwork does is it enhances this organization. Now there are so many things that you're doing, right? Now, what it does is it'll enhance your organization by providing everything in one place. All your course content, assignments, links, files, channels. So you know what this is doing? It's not just organizing, it's giving you availability in one place to assign it to students. Let's say, this student I found out today has not, so basically while you're doing fractions, I found out that the basic, concept of division is not very clear. So what I'll do is very quickly give a division practice sheet to this child so that my child can come up to the level before they jump further into fractions or go to decimals. Yes, it's amazing. Love the amazements that I get in the chat window. So I'm going to show you these slowly and I'm going to unpack these with you. And the best part is the feedback process in Teams is efficient for both students and teachers. You can actually take help of AI to give this feedback. Students will receive it, they can work on it, you can give them time to work on it. See, feedback is important, but what is more important is, are you working upon that feedback? When we are correcting in the notebook, we are giving correction notes. Are they really correcting? Are they really capturing that? Here, insights will track if they are doing this or not. It'll track your students' work, online behaviors, also the social emotional component if you include reflect. So, What it does is it's organizing all of this in one place to help you understand the nature in which your students work. We spoke about classwork. Let me show you where classwork is, and this is how you can create classwork for students. Let's say I'm in grade 8 mathematics class. I have these learning objectives, and I say draft a module. And this is built within, this is available in your classwork. This is not something that is available just as a GIF over here to show. No, it's all available. Classwork is a feature in Teams which is built to manage your curriculum, allows educators to create and organize all these resources in one place, and also generate work like this. Let's say I've just come to know that, this student of mine really needs help on, expressions and equations. I'll very quickly go here and generate it. Yeah. I'm going to pause here for you to actually digest this. And I have a comment in the chat window. Lalita ma'am says nowadays students are getting answers through AI without practicing. Exactly. Now I'm going to talk about if you give a worksheet, and I completely agree with you. I think there are about the latest studies say that about more than 78% of the students will use AI to do homework. But what are we going to do about it? Let me give you an analogy here. When calculators were introduced, math teachers said, okay, math's gone out of the room because what will happen is mental math will be gone. They will not practice. They'll simply use a calculator and, get away with it. Then came in computers and we started using Word. And then people said, you know what, they're not going to write anymore. Handwriting is not important because they'll never write. All these new inventions and new discoveries will keep coming. We are the ones who are to adapt to these changes, take a look at what we are sending, probably make space for, AI, which is being used to be acknowledged. Okay, you've used AI and you've come back to the classroom. Now my assignment is ready in the most perfect manner. Now, let me unpack it with you. Let's see how this goes. How this goes is you're going to reverse the model, and I'll be happy to share a whole article also on this. There's an article that's floating on LinkedIn right now. Don't have the link right now, but I will be happy to share in our chat. Probably in the next one, I will bring it. But they say it's very important that your baseline work is already done. Now it is up to you how you're going to adopt it, how much of it you're going to accept, how much of it you're going to give further questions. So the job of the teacher is there is an answer sheet with the perfect answers that has come. Design a follow up sheet to do in the classroom to see if they really know it or not. If not, do some random checks. For example, the find out the root cause. For example, the calculators were killing mental math. Make space for mental math in your classroom. Every day in my classroom, my students used to have a little strip. I used to print a whole week's slip beforehand. And this is about 10 years back, 10 to 15 years back that I used to do this. That time, my students did not have devices. There were these thin strips. In one A4 sheet, there were 8 strips that were there. So every student will have one strip where you'll have a mental math. As I took attendance, they were supposed to spend their time solving those subs, quick mental maths, right? Very simple, very logical, but they have to do it every morning. So sometimes it used to be mental math, sometimes it used to be grammar concepts in English because they're going to use computers, they're not going to have time to practice grammar. We used to have all of these, or even sometimes just a simple dictation. Every Tuesday for me was a sacrosanct dictation. 10 minutes in the morning spent on dictation. I used to borrow it out of my calendar. So practices need to change. That's exactly what we are talking about today. Thank you for bringing in that conversation here, Lalita ma'am. I love when you're worried because we can talk about it. If you don't tell, we will never be worried about it, right? Okay. So here's classwork, another one, how you can assign these to your students. Do you see how you can drag and drop? It offers you one stop for accessing all learning materials. So even in your absence, if students are a part of these teams, they can go into various chapters themselves, revisit before they are actually doing your assignment. So rather than going to AI for help, they can actually come back over here. You did not have time today, or you were not paying attention in the class today, but That material is already available over here. So you no longer have to navigate through multiple apps or platforms outside. You're just in your classwork and you feel empowered because you have the resource, exact resource, what was needed in my class to learn today. And it's okay if out of a 40-minute class, the child wasn't really present mentally with you for about 15 minutes. You can organize resources into modules that are aligned over here. This gives your curriculum a structure. This gives easy access to students. And a simple drag and drop of resources is all you need. You can even pin a module for students to say, hey, I'm giving you homework on negative numbers. It's pinned here. In case you need any help, just revisit this and then do your work. Fantastic. I know I can reuse my modules. I can reuse these resources, and they're all available in one place. Yeah, I hope this made sense. So, when creating your assignments in Teams, you can be prompted with opportunities to leverage AI again. Look at that. When you type in this box, it'll emphasize on the key content, simplify, add more details, add learning objectives, add emojis, or even, if you want to just add a sparkle, give me some a fun factor in it. It'll help you draft that. So AI is helping you help your students engage better, immerse in learning so that they learn better. Yeah. Once again, the assignment is ready for students, but the rubric for you takes time. Well, there's rubric auto generation available. What does rubric do? Rubric gives your students a reality check whether we should be able to, whether we will be able to, achieve what was to be achieved, because otherwise they'll just do an assignment and get away with it. So it used to be a practice that you share the rubric beforehand with the students, because what a rubric does is it gives you these criteria very clearly. So the success criteria is defined. A student later on will not come back to say, oh, I didn't realize I have missed out on this piece in my work. For example, in my English writing pieces, punctuation was sacrosanct that students have to check. But what was also sacrosanct was, when you look at any of the work that students bring to you, the most commonly made mistakes are title not put, date not put, or there's no ending sentence and there's no structure. I used to put everything in a rubric and say, hey, once you've done your work, take a look at this rubric. Give me excellent work that you can. So deliver excellence. Don't just fall short of excellence. So till you elevate that level, they will not be able to achieve it because they don't know what's better than what they've given you, right? So increase engagement by showing them a quality of work that they are capable of. Drive them towards it rather than later on pointing it out. We can always walk them towards it. Yeah. And of course, I have Copilot. Copilot is one piece that I think helps you personalize learning at a beautiful place where you're not worried about how should I plan this, because that's what Copilot does for you. The best part is that with Copilot, you also have Copilot available across your platforms. For example, I'm just going to go ahead. Wait, hold on a minute. Let me just check if I can just get you here. Yes, I can. Okay. You see over here, I will be sharing my screen once again. I'll be taking you back into my Teams. It'll take a minute for it to come up and you'll be able to see it. There you go. All right. There you go. Now you can see my screen. Remember, we were here. There's a left side menu here. Do you see this? Within this menu, you will see this icon Copilot. Click on it. Once you've clicked on it, you take your prompt and put it here. I know by now you're very excited to be able to increase engagement and to be able to achieve better with AI. Here's another go at what you can do. You can say, I've just taken one of the prompts. Okay. Provide me with resources for, let's say, one of the topics. I was doing negative numbers today. Negative numbers for, let's say, grade 5. okay, that are suitable at intermediate, advanced, at and beginner level. Uh, Aim is to improve engagement, interactivity, and don't worry about the spellings because they'll get corrected. Okay, interactivity, uh, raise awareness, um, curiosity, and achievement. Okay, now this is what our goal is today, right? I'm giving a very simple prompt, and you can go ahead and try this sort of a prompt, and I'll be happy to share this prompt as well with you. I've given the grade, I've given what my topic is, I've given what the levels are, I've given what my end objective is, right? Let's see what it does. Now it'll provide me resources. Look, I've not asked for a lesson plan. I've not asked for strategies. I've asked directly for resources. Tell me where should I go to be able to do this? It says there's something called mathcenter.org. You can have interactive worksheets there. Then it'll give you what is it that you can do over there. Intermediate level, you can send them to another website. Now, this is what is called engagement. This is what is called engaging at different ways, in different ways at different levels. The advanced learning students can do Desmos classrooms. These are amazing. I mean, the link is something that you can actually go over here to find out, but there are links available here as well. As you can see, all the links have been given to you here. Mr. Barton's math is here. Well, we knew or not, you've been given resources and you're becoming richer. Now, what I could also ask for is create printable worksheets, design an interactive quiz, or suggest more engagements. I would go with suggest more engagements, um, and strategies. Probably, I now need strategies, right? Because I know where to go to do it. But that's not the only way that I want to do it. Look at that. It now gives me some things to do in the classroom. So everything is not AI. There is an element of both human intelligence and artificial intelligence that can come together to actually be able to create this. Now, you know what I will do? Integer war card. Where are these? I'm going to say detail and draft this. Okay? I need details on this activity. Don't just pause. Now look at this integer card war game seems absolutely amazing to me. The idea is great, but I don't know how to make it. Here you go. You can actually take help from here and create. It'll also give you the learning outcomes that you can expect. And if you want to make visuals of these instruction cards, you can do that. You can get a printable score sheet as well. So what I do is I copy this and I say, okay, this is good. And this, okay? And I say, go. Now it'll take just about a few seconds or minutes and it'll generate a score sheet for me and also a visual game instruction card. I can also get game cards printed from it. I mean, designed by it. Now, depends on how much you want to automate and save your time. If you want to give your own ideas, go to another tool. You have Microsoft Designer, you have Adobe Express, you can go and design over there as well. There you go. My printable war score sheet is available here. I can show that to you as well. And Designer is actually making that instruction card for me. How beautiful is that? You're saving so much time and you're making your classrooms more interesting, more engaging. What to do with the instruction cards? What do the instruction cards look like? Or show me what it's going to look like. It's also going to give you a sample here. There you go. It's done. Yeah. So it'll give you a sample of what you could make and you can take it to your class. Super simple, isn't it? Well, this is all downloadable and you can download it. I'm happy to take any questions if you have, but I will move to the next one in the interest of time. But if you have anything, please do share. I would love to see what's coming in our chat window.
Yes, Meenakshi ma'am, we have a question by Deepa Ganpati ma'am. Do we get a certificate for this session?
Coming to that in
Yeah.
about a minute. Thank you. Coming to that about a minute. Like I said, yes, these sessions align to the CBSC sessions. So yes. You do. Okay. Last but not the least, I think the charter this year laid by CBSE also is STEM learning. STEM skills are extremely important. We need to encourage curiosity, build confidence, have connectivity in the class, and give students connected learning experiences of real world concepts. So, to prepare our students for a promising future, we have multiple tools within Microsoft Education. I'm going to talk about three of these tools today. Number one, Minecraft. I can give you the link to Minecraft, and you can go ahead and try these links. Yes, we are going to share these links with you in the chat window in about a minute. Let me just talk about it before I start. Oh, okay, I'll share the link alongside so that you can go ahead and try it. You have Minecraft education available. Minecraft has a number of pieces where you can engage your students in learning about just a minute, in learning about Minecraft and how to use Minecraft to increase engagement. For example, you have various science models, math topics that can be dealt via Minecraft. There is a repository for every subject. Please go explore it. Little bit of coding is something that doesn't hurt anybody. I'm happy to take you through a session on Minecraft and Make Code come July. I've kept aside a session on that. So do come back if you want to learn. Make Code is absolutely simple. It's block coding. I can code and I'm not a computer science teacher. So if I can code, so can you. So look forward to that. Next month, I will make sure that I keep one of the sessions on Minecraft and Make Code. I know there has been a lot of demand for that, and I will. And of course, if you're looking to explore STEM lessons using Microsoft tools, on Microsoft Learn, you will find plenty of lessons that are already ready for you to use. Please go ahead and explore them. They are very simple activities. They help you, and these plans, lesson plans, are written by teachers for teachers, and they have the ability to address multiple age students of multiple age and caliber. Yeah. I'm going to pause here and I will talk about your certificate. And please, I'm open to taking any questions that you have. Yes, there is a test that you need to take before you are able to earn the certificate. The link to that test is what I'm going to just share in the chat window. You will need to take the test. And once you've taken the test, you will need to earn 80% marks in that. Post that, pay a nominal fee of rupees 200. The link to the test is in your chat window and on your screens. So here you go. If you're ready, go ahead, take your test, score 80%. You can have multiple opportunities to take a retest. There are no limits on that. Take a test. And I was very happy to see last, I think, session, we had more than 170 people who took the test and absolutely loved it. And a huge shout out to those who have earned their certificates by achieving 80% and making the payment of a nominal fee of rupees 200. So this is the way, and taking a test, you have no, I don't think you should have any hesitation. You've learned so much today. Questions are all related. Those are all MCQs. And within those, questions, you might find that there is more than one correct answer, and that will be mentioned that please select more than one. So take your test, and then score 80% and also make the payment of rupees 200. Where the payment is to be made is already given. We'll still post it once again over here. I've given you the QR code as well here. Stay connected with us, be a part of this learning community. If you're not a part of this already, then be a part of it. And, here are, I'm just going to give you various links as well. And please do not forget to share your candid feedback with us. We read your feedback, we work on those feedback, and we follow what you're looking for. So go ahead, here are our various links that you could follow. Don't forget to take your test. And I will see you next Tuesday, that is on 17th of June, wherein we'll talk about what's new in AI in EDU. Well, there's loads that's new. So we're going to talk about all of the new, features or new capabilities or new opportunities that you have. And in this session, we will also talk about MI Expert program and Showcase School program. Come back to listen to that definitely. Don't forget to register for Summer Summit. Once again, we will give you the link in the chat window so that you have this link very, very handy with you. Otherwise, it's very simple. It's bit.ly/SSR25. It's super simple to remember. SS as in Summer Summit, R as in register. So it's a very simple link, bit.ly/SSR25. That's for Summer Summit. So while you take your test, I will leave you to take it quietly and I will let you take your test. Yeah. So thank you so much for joining us today. Let's stay connected and let's make learning more impactful so that we are able to not just increase engagement or increase curiosity for learning, but also be able to help students achieve more. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. The recording of this session will be available on our YouTube, so don't hesitate. The first link over here, the first QR code over here is for our YouTube channel. The previous sessions are also available there. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the week ahead, and I hope you do make it to the test and pass with flying 80% colors, right? Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, Rita, for your help, and I'll see you next Tuesday. Thank you. Bye bye.